Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back, finally, to Doomlink's Random Hunts. I haven't said that sentence in quite a while. We are back in Portable Third after a long time of no Portable Third, basically. And I'll have to tell you what, there are certain things about this that I don't miss. It has nothing to do with the game, it has everything to do with the Hunsterverse community that I tend to engage with. Sometimes trying to get a room together is like pulling teeth out, one at a time, with pliers. It's not the easiest thing. One person who, I don't know if it's the guy who came in with the bow, probably not, but he was going to help with this guy's key quests, this Demasalang guy, and he was like, oh hold on, I need to finish farming in Farmville. I nearly fell off my fucking chair when I heard that one. And then Demasalang, after maybe 10 minutes of not responding, finally joined the room, only to post a 20 baggy slaying quest, which isn't even a fucking key quest, so I don't really know what's going on with these people. They're a little crazy, but it usually is that way. I don't know how much longer this fight's going to go on for. I really was expecting it to be a fast one. I'm happy for it to be a fairly slow hunt, because you get to enjoy the fight a little bit more, although I must say, there isn't as much to enjoy when the monster's glitching all over the fucking place, so yeah. The main reason why you do get issues with hosts in Hunsterverse is because a lot of them are playing on their phones, and phone connections do not really, well, they're not conducive to smooth online play, unfortunately, so they just don't facilitate what's necessary for that. So therefore, I think I'm just going to request that I host from now on, because I'm not a fucking phone user, and quite frankly, there was a time in Hunsterverse where phone users really were, you know, bottom of the barrel fucking subhuman trash. But now, I would say probably 90% to 95% of Hunsterverse players play on their phones, so, yeah. Can't really say that the entirety of Hunsterverse is subhuman trash anymore, can I? I obviously joke when I say subhuman trash, I just mean that phone users always ruin the experience for everyone else, because what happens is, if you exit from the application, okay, these fucking people, let me make it very clear, when they're using their phones not just to play the game, but also to chat. So what they need to do is they need to minimize the game on their phones to chat. So what this means, this creates two problems. The first problem is that they can't chat and hunt at the same time. Like, they can't see what's going on and also talk. But that's not even the biggest issue. That is definitely frustrating, but the biggest issue is that oftentimes when the game is minimized on the phone, it causes an internet disconnect. So, yeah, isn't that just delightful? So oftentimes before a quest, for example, you can have a bit of pre-quest communication going on, and then obviously at that point you're trying to get everyone joined up on the quest, and then let's say the phone user is the guy who's typing. The quest keeps getting cancelled because he's the host and we all disconnect from it before we've gone on the hunt. So, yeah, that happens all the fucking time. And I know what some of you guys are thinking. You're thinking, well, some of these people probably only have a phone, so what's the alternative? They just don't play? Well, unfortunately, that is a sensible alternative, because it's almost impossible for the rest of us who don't use phones to play Monster Hunter to actually have a smooth online experience, so there was apparently in Hunsterverse a time when it was requested that there be a separate Hunsterverse for phone users, but it didn't end up happening. And so what we have today is a phone user infested Hunsterverse experience, which, yeah, can't say I'm hugely into it. Do I have speed sharpening on this set? I think I do. Let me check. I do. Speed sharpening and razor sharp. But unfortunately I don't have that much blue, so I am dropping to green fairly often. Green sharpness isn't terrible in this game, it is a high rank game. It's just, I mean, it's not incredibly ideal, but it's not as bad as if you had green sharpness in a G rank quest, is what I mean to say. There you go. That guy's shooting fucking dragon? Wait, who was shooting dragon arrows? This guy, he's shooting the, well, I suppose if it's the Cantor bow, he should be doing pretty good raw damage as well, so I won't have a go at him too much for that. Either way, I'm actually going to request that I host the next hunt, because that was a little bit rough, obviously. And I think I have made my case for why phones should not be used to play Monster Hunter online. You're welcome to use phones if you want to play offline, but yeah, I really don't think it's sensible for those of us who actually do have computers, because we want to actually have a smooth experience. I mean, you guys, if you're using phones, then you can disconnect with each other. I want a smooth hunt. But anyway, we'll see what we get from the quest rewards. I don't really need anything in particular in this game at the moment. I think there are certain things that I haven't acquired in this game yet, but they're not really worthwhile getting, I suppose. I'm really not sure. Like, certain bowguns, I think, are what I'm missing at the moment. In terms of Green Nargacuga, I do actually use the Green Nargacuga heavy bowgun. So in terms of my bowguns, it's interesting. My Pierce heavy bowgun is... it almost evolves through the game. So in Freedom Unite I use the regular Nargacuga heavy bowgun. Keeping in mind that Nargacuga's first game was Freedom Unite, there was no subspecies for Nargacuga in Freedom Unite. So Nargacuga was my monster of choice for heavy bowgun for Pierce. And then in this game it was actually Green Nargacuga, because that, I think how it works, I could be wrong, but I think the regular Nargacuga heavy bowgun upgrades into the Green Nargacuga heavy bowgun. That is to say, you will start off with regular upgrade materials from the regular Nargacuga, and then as you get to the final level you'll require the subspecies upgrade materials, which would create the maximum level bowgun. So therefore, my Pierce heavy bowgun of choice for this game is actually... oh, this guy's posting his own quest. Fuck off, this guy's Hunter rank 4, no way. I mean, it's technically high rank, but we're doing someone else's quests, unfortunately. So, in fact, I think he sniped the position. Yeah, isn't that funny? He sniped the position. Now let's watch to see if these guys join mindlessly. I bet they'll just join. But anyway, as I was saying, to continue the evolution in 3 Ultimate... yeah, look, they both joined. Isn't that hilarious? You see, this is the degree of brain-dead online play that you can expect in Hunsterverse. But anyway, I mean, it's an advertisement, I suppose. But yeah, in 3 Ultimate I use the Lucent Nargacuga heavy bowgun, which is, again, a Nargacuga bowgun, but it's, again, a different subspecies, and it's pretty damn good, that particular bowgun. The Lucent Nargacuga weapons in general are very good, so... yeah, I also do have something of a soft spot for Lucent Nargacuga. He usually pisses me off when I fight him, but he's an interesting subspecies. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next hunt once I have sorted out this situation with this room. It's quite hilarious, but yeah, I'll be back in just a moment. Alrighty, so we are actually going to do high rank Alatreon, who is the highest level Alatreon you can fight in this game. This is a high rank game. And I am hosting the quest, thank God, so he won't be teleporting all over the place. So that's going to make for a bit of a nicer, well, bit of a nicer fight than before. Not a nicer recording, I mean the entire recording isn't different, it's the same recording. Just a better fight overall, visually for you. Alatreon is a monster that I seem to fight often. I'm just showing the cutscene here to demonstrate that it is indeed the same cutscene from Tri and 3 Ultimate. Entirely unchanged. Although the spawn point is a little different here in Portable Third, as you will see. He actually stands exactly there, here for us. Whereas, well, I suppose he stands exactly there in Tri and 3 Ultimate as well. It's just the starting point for us is a little different. That's a good flinch there. Although I would save the flash bombs for perhaps slightly different timing. This here is an attack that was introduced in Portable Third. I do not often see it in 3 Ultimate. I don't think he even does it in 3 Ultimate, and if he does, he doesn't do it as often in 3 Ultimate as he does in this game. So I believe that Portable Third Alatreon took away the, I suppose, the danger of the tail swing after his charge. So when he charges forwards and swings his head in the air, his tail swings from side to side. Now in Tri, I can't speak for 3 Ultimate because I can't quite remember, but I know in Tri, see that movement of the tail, that would hit you. In this game, it doesn't hit you anymore. And I honestly don't remember if it hits you in 3 Ultimate or not. Because there are so many games that I've fought Alatreon in, I don't know what game does what anymore. I don't think the tail affects you in Generations Ultimate. You can see it's very easy to flash in this game, as it was in 3 Ultimate, no, sorry, in Tri. So in Tri and Portable Third, fairly easy to flash. Alatreon, and then of course in 3 Ultimate they made it so that it was very difficult to flash Alatreon. You needed very specific timing and very specific positioning, so instead they brought a Ballista Binder to basically bring him down when he is in flight. Now oftentimes in Portable Third I do run a status set for Alatreon, but I really couldn't be bothered completely annihilating my current inventory in order to support all of the combination materials needed for that. So yeah, there is no gunner pouch in this game, so sadly, right here, it's mostly stuff that I would use for Blade Master, but I just have enough to currently hold 3 levels of Pierce and some normal level 2. Now fortunately, that interrupted whatever Alatreon was going to do, because otherwise I may have been hit. Because I positioned myself stupidly, and I had continued to position myself stupidly, because I was greedy. Oh, damn it. Now I don't know, this might have been a rumour back in the day, but they used to say that it would ruin your chances to get a horn if you use the wall. Now, again, this is, you know, try-rumour territory, so don't take my word for it, but it's possible. It might affect your horn drop chances, but I don't think we're going to be breaking both horns this time around, so yeah, I wouldn't expect them. Again, playing the older games is a little weird now for me when it comes to bow gunning, because I am somewhat used to Generations Ultimate's, I guess, aiming system where you don't actually have to have your hunter physically facing in the direction of where you're going to aim. I am able to do it right. I'm not actually playing Portable Third here as if I'm playing Generations Ultimate, but it still feels a little weird. It doesn't feel as comfortable as it should be. Because basically, if you don't understand what I'm saying, I have mentioned it before, but not in this particular recording, but basically in Generations Ultimate, even if your character is facing in the opposite direction, as long as your camera is facing a certain way and you aim down, your character will snap into the direction that you're facing when you aim down your sights. Whereas in the older games, I'm pretty sure this is every single game pre-Generations, when you aim down your sight, you will aim in the direction that your character is facing. So I'd like to get some piercing into the head here. And it looks like I'm succeeding in that. You can't really hear the effectiveness of Pierce in this game, unfortunately, because the sound effect of Pierce is really disgusting. I hate it. It's almost inaudible. It sounds more like normal shots than Pierce shots. So you have to try to look to see what it's doing rather than listen. And oftentimes listening to what the shot is doing is very important when determining effective critical distance. Outside of that, you just have to instinctually know where to stand to achieve good critical distance, which I can do well for the most part, I think, but yeah, the sound really does help to Now, I can assure you I did roll to the left, but for some reason, controller didn't want to do it, so sadly, didn't happen. I will try to break that horn if I can, that last horn that we have. Would be nice. But yeah, as I have said many times, and I will say it again here, I will try to upload more frequently to the Random Hunt series, but oftentimes other stuff just gets in the way. And I'm going to try to upload this in 1440p as well, even though it's 1080p source. The reason why is because, I don't know if you've noticed, but my 1080p recordings, even for stuff like this, even for random hunts, when there's movement, and this is because of YouTube's compression, the video gets a bit muddy, so 1440p will make it so that it's not quite so muddy during movement, because YouTube sucks. So we're going to try and do that. The reason why I haven't done it so far is because I actually use Vegas 12, which does not, as far as I'm aware, render at 1440p. However, the newest Vegas Pro will, so I will get the trial version of that and see if YouTube will give me a better looking video at 1440p. It most likely will. It's stupid and it should not be necessary, but it is necessary because YouTube is just that kind of a platform that requires that sort of thing. Alrighty. I mean, can you hear, I suppose, can you hear that you can't hear? There is nothing to listen to as far as piercing is concerned. It sounds like normal shots. That's why I don't run Pierce quite so much. in Portable Third. You don't realise how much you get out of a sound until it's gone. You don't realise that actually much of the enjoyment of Pierce as a shot type is listening to the sound of it travelling through the body. And there is no fucking sound here. I suppose there is a sound of sorts, but it's not an individual sound. It's more like the sound of something travelling through something in a very consistent way, whereas like it's almost the difference between like a zh sound and a drr sound, you know. The latter is a lot more, I suppose, satisfying to the ear. But either way. Ooh, that is... You went on target there. The reason why the camera looks so crazy when I aim in, by the way, is because I am simultaneously pointing myself in the direction I want to aim, and then aiming down my sight as well, which does cause some weird stuff to happen. That was a very quick hunt. Sadly, we did not get the other horn broken, though. So we are a pretty well-decked out high-ranked team here. I think Red Dragon is using the... I think he's also using a Green Nargacuga weapon. It is the longsword. BLK is using the Alatreon Gleam, which is the fully upgraded lance. And Crastiel is using... I don't know what. I think he's also using a raw bow of sorts. I will try to see what that is, if I can even recognize it. I believe this is 6 calves on the Alatreon. We did not get a tail cut, mainly because the hunt was over so quickly, you know. Let's have a look and see what we've got over here. So, no, that's Red Dragon. What is your bow? I think that is also Nargacuga. I think this is a full Nargacuga weapon. Yeah. Oh no, sorry, we do have the Alatreon lance there. Is that a Green Nargacuga longsword though? Yes, it is. So 2 Green Nargacuga weapons and 1 regular Nargacuga weapon. So for the most part it was raw damage here, and quite frankly because BLK is using a dragon weapon, he was mostly dealing raw damage as well, through his white sharpness. There is no purple sharpness for Alatreon or Deviljho weapons in Portable Third, because they obviously realised it was not a good idea to have purple sharpness in a high rank game. I'm of course referring to Try, which was ridiculously imbalanced in that way. Look at this fucking ending screen. Does this not look amazing? I wish I could get rid of the take reward box here, because that is a really nice ending screen. It's covering a bit of Alatreon there, so it would look a whole lot better if it weren't covering it, but or covering him. But yeah, that is a very, very... It's just so colourful. Almost looks as if Alatreon's poisoned. I don't think it's possible to poison Alatreon. But anyway. Broken Sky Piercer. Oh, I'm going to take reward. It's not first generation Doomlink. Alright. We'll see what quest we're doing next. This room, actually, is an Alatreon farming room. I am not going to do another Alatreon. I've done plenty of this monster. Not just in this game, but in many other games, so would like to do something different. We will see what is next on offer.